My name is Marisol Rosa. I am the Education and Audience Engagement Manager at the New Bedford Art Museum, and I am also a poet and healing artist here in the city. I've always been a poet. I've been writing poetry since I was 8 years old, so that's just something I've kind of kept as like a hidden talent. With the New Bedford Art Museum, I help bring artists together to bring education to the city. A healing artist, for me, that means that I am able to help other people redirect energy to be able to manifest, to be able to heal, or kind of break through boundaries or limitations they've set inside of themselves energetically. So I do introduce a few modalities of healing for those individuals, which would be yoga, Reiki, tarot, meditation, and I also do a lot of chakra work. When it comes to the healing arts, so to speak, I started that as a way to help heal myself because I have a chronic inflammatory condition. And so I found yoga, and then I decided to teach it because I had a knack for it. And then from there, birthed my desire to be a Reiki practitioner, to do tarot. And then I started to do retreats, and I started to do workshops on chakra work and how to use that to balance out the chakras so that you're able to create and manifest. Our thoughts are super powerful, and a lot of people don't understand that our thoughts actually create our reality. So when you're thinking about all these different avenues, most people spiral. They have a million thoughts at once, and then they're feeding certain thoughts the most. Usually it's negative. We are our own creators. If you're really positive, you're going to manifest really well because you're sending all of that energy into that one single pathway to the thing that you're trying to create. The brain is naturally creative. Those thoughts are creative, and creative energy is manifestation energy. So if we only knew that as creatives, we would know that we can manifest anything. My primary focus is BIPOC, POC individuals, but especially Latinx people or Latina people. I wanted to introduce this set of healing practices to those specific individuals because I believe that they need them the most. And so when I developed my practice, I started to kind of change my vision to match that. And so I started to go out into the world and do these retreats and these meditations and all of these workshops so that I could get other people pretty much on the same wavelength as I was in terms of acknowledging the ancestral trauma that we've all inherited, but also the oppression that still stands today. It was very much important to me to give this back to my community as a way to give back, but also as a way to get everybody else on the same page. I think the highlight was definitely a retreat that I ran at Round the Bend Farm. It was only one day. It was for about 9 hours, and it was about 50 people, which was like the biggest group of people I've spoken to about the chakra work, healing, sound healing, yoga. It was the biggest retreat I've ever done. There were about 50 people, and they were all people of color. To be able to access that many people of color was like, wow, like that's exactly what I've been waiting for. That's what I want. They were also very intrigued by the topics. They all had very wonderful questions, very deep questions. I was able to talk to every single one of them. It was exhausting, but it was so beneficial because they got something out of it, but they also saw something within themselves that they felt like they needed to explore deeper. The ARPA ArtNet grants allowed me to purchase new equipment that I needed. Sound bowls for sound healing purposes, which I used then for that sound retreat, and a variety of other collaborations here in the city, including the New Bedford Art Museum, and then Haskell Public Gardens later on in the summertime, which is great, and also with NB Wellness Initiative. I already had some of these partnerships, but I was able to offer just something else with that, which excited people for more partnerships and more affiliations and more collaborations, which feels really good. I was able to purchase a laptop, which allowed me to create various workshops and slideshow presentations on chakra work and everything I do. So I'm able to give that to people or offer workshops across the city. It just allowed me to invest in myself so that I can reinvest into the community.